allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this meeting to order. Shows Peter and Kelly are absent, and Hughes and Peter may be showing up yet. Got the January 4th, 2018 regular board meeting minutes. Any corrections or comments?
Make a motion to accept the regular board meeting January 4th.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. January 4th, 2018 committee of the whole meeting minutes.
Make a motion to accept that as well.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Are there any event changes? Don't know of any, so we'll move on to license and permits.
There's one operator's license, number 102 for Jack Hesley. Temporary Class B retailer's license, number 18 for the Polar Bear Riders for a tent on Black Otter Lake on February 3rd. And 3 temporary operator licenses, number 9, 10, and 11 for Jay Fleming, Emily Fleming, and Kevin Griesbach for the Polar Bear Riders event. All of the operator licenses have received the approval of the police department. So I'd be looking for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. I believe we don't have any pre-registered citizens. We'll move on to committee reports. Public Works Committee.
I don't have a meeting, but I want to schedule one for either 5:45 or 6 before the next board meeting. We have 2 agenda items, and I think we can get it done in a half hour. One's about Miller Park future use, and the other one's about Public Works equipment repair. So I think 6 o'clock, will that work, Jeannie?
Sure.
Right, so that would be
That's what, February 1st?
February 1st, I believe, now.
Who's all on Public Works?
Jeannie, Jack,
Julie and Dawn.
me, Jack, Don,
And Julie.
and Julie.
And Al.
And Al.
Okay, all right.
That's
So
everybody here.
6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Is that all we have?
That's all I have.
Library Board.
We completed a first and second round of interviews, and we are meeting tomorrow to discuss which applicant we're going to be offering the position to, based on background checks, based on references. Tough decision. So, that's where we're at.
Any questions for Julie? Hearing none, moving on to Zoning Board of Appeals.
We have a meeting February 13th, and that is for a variance request by the Hortonville School District for the sign that and scoreboard is in excess of the maximum allowed size in the residential district, which is what that is. So February 13th at 6:30.
Senior Activities Committee.
That is just on here so that we can let people know that our next meeting is on January 25th at 1:30.
New business, committee and commission appointments. Rosemary Gorski to Senior Activities Committee to fill Carolyn Hovick's term. Need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then we have Dave Moe to Planning and Zoning Commission to fill Dale Walker's term.
I'll make a motion, or let Jeannie.
I'll make a motion to approve Dave Moe.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Most approved. 2018 Sewer User Charge System Review Agreement, McMahon.
As part of our compliance maintenance with the WDNR, every couple of years we have to review our user charge system for our wastewater plant. I don't anticipate anything to come out of it. I surely don't expect us to raise rates again. So again, it's just part of our fiduciary duties. So she has the contracts with Amy Vakovic at McMahon. She's been reviewing our rate structure for probably the last 4 years. So I recommend that we go with her to do that. And again, the contract is for $1,500, I believe.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yes, we should.
For 1,500?
Yeah.
Do we hear a motion to approve the 1,500 for,
Make a motion for the contract, not 1,500, because it could be 6.
for the contract?
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the contract.
I think it's 15 though.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Ordinance 0-1-18 to amend fluoride concentration in section 13.06.
Again, this is just a record cleanup of our ordinance book. A couple of years ago, the Surgeon General recommended a range of 0.7 to 1.2, and then they came back and recommended a static range of 0.7 parts per million of fluoride. Well, the DNR was reluctant to adopt them because we have primacy of our water and sewer. That means the DNR has rules as well that are equal to the federal rules. Anyway, they were reluctant to get on board with the Public Health Service. Anyways, they finally did. Now the new recommended level again is 0.7. When I first started in the business, it was 1.1 to 1.5. So they pulled it back down. They have 20, 30 years more history now. Anyways, the new rule is 0.7 parts per million. I think you should have the new ordinance in your packet. So again, it's just bookkeeping, clean up the ordinance.
So you're looking for a motion to approve the ordinance?
Motion for the ordinance amendment.
I'll make a motion to approve 0-1-18, the fluoride ordinance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Amendment to Personnel Records Management Policy, 3 years after separation, changed to 7 years.
This is at December meeting, we had the personnel record management policy, which I have been implementing, but for terminated employees, a requirement is that you have to send a letter to the State Historical Society requesting that you dispose of them or asking if they want them for past employees. And typically what they do is send a blanket statement saying that you can dispose of them, they don't want them. However, before the Historical Society would do that, they requested that we change 3 years to 7 years. There is no requirement by statute or anything like that, it's just practice. But the State Historical Society asked if we would increase the 3 years after an employee leaves to 7 years before destroying the records. I don't see a problem with it.
So we'll need a motion to amend the Personnel Records Management Policy?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to amend the personal records management policy to 7 years instead of 3 years for the retention.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any other miscellaneous topics for future discussion?
I have one. I need the village board to appoint someone to the urban forestry board. So we'd have to do that as an agenda item, I imagine. So if that can be an agenda item for the next board meeting.
And I would like to, now that we have our planning and zoning commission full again, I'd like to schedule a planning and zoning commission meeting for the downtown zoning district. And then also we're going to be bringing forward assessment and Michael Rittger connection will be future agenda items.
Diane, is the P&Z, when are we going to do those now? Second Tuesday or first Tuesday?
We used to, kind of lost
It
track.
used to be second. Now
It
it's
used to be
first.
second, but and
We were gonna change it.
And we did it once.
yeah, we changed it to the first Tuesday. And that may have been based on, I can't remember
Yeah.
whose schedule that was. That could have been Dale Walker's.
And the only other thing I'd note is your zoning board of appeals, that's on that second Tuesday, I think,
Yep,
right?
yep. I didn't think I'd be able to get a planning and zoning one that quickly. I don't know, I gotta call Dave Mole first.
Maybe March or,
Yeah.
you're thinking, okay.
Possibly. I don't have anything other than the downtown zoning code at this point. I don't have any rezone, so it's not
No.
absolutely imperative
Okay,
time-wise.
all right. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other topics for future discussion? Hearing none, we'll move on to report of village officials, administrator.
Personnel manual, I have this on here because if I understood correctly, Jeannie had asked about it. We do have a draft, some draft suggestions from Cottingham and Butler that we had done last year. There's some other items that I think we should look into, one being personal time off instead of right now, we've got vacation and sick and everything else, and I think it's more manageable and more equitable if it's lumped together. So there's a couple other things that we want to look at, and Carl and Lynn and I were talking that we'd like to have the police chief on board so that the police chief can have input in it as well. So it's something that's on our burner, it's kind of been on the back burner. That's where we stand on it right now.
Because when we were talking about it, you said we would maybe get together in January, so I just wanted
Yep.
to refresh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know the library, while they're kind of independent, what they typically do is adopt our personnel manual as well. So I think it'd be good to have both the library director and the police chief in on those discussions
Absolutely.
moving forward. So once both of those are on board, then internally we'll start looking through those and passing it around again. So I just wanted to update everyone on that. The next one is chief of police hiring, as you should have all received the information from me. I did hear back from all of them. All three of them are scheduled, so they're scheduled for 6, 7, and 8 next Tuesday. They will be presenting giving a presentation as we did last time and providing writing samples. So all three of them are scheduled. And then, before that, I had that tickle in my throat all day. So just, I know you guys all know it, that's primarily for the public so that they're aware of where we are in the hiring process as well. And I notified the police commission where we are with that, which, speaking of that, at this point, it's the board that's part of the interview process. Did you want me to invite the police commission? I didn't know where that stood, so that's just something
We've
that...
already interviewed, right?
That's what I thought, but I just let you know. So then the next one is the Steiner Plaza sign. Really not much to report on this. I put this on here because Bob and I had a meeting with Gilbert's earlier this week, and depending on if we had a resolution on that, we were going to bring it forward. I wanted to make sure it was just on here if we needed it. But basically, the village paid for that sign back in 2013 with the agreement, a developer's agreement that Gilbert's would pay for a portion of it and anybody else that uses it will pay for a portion of it. Right now, Gilbert's are talking to the other developer, the Brooks Litwin, adjacent to them, to come up with some kind of agreement. They may either pay us an amount for their portion of the sign, or they may take it over as an association and pay us for it. So we're still in discussion with them, and whatever we get from them, we'll bring back to the board for discussion and approval. The Gold Cross subsidy, this is just to let you know that initially when we started with Gold Cross and having to provide that subsidy, it was $12 per capita. Then it went down to 11, then 10.50, and now this year it's 10.41. So not a huge difference, but it's just nice to see it progressively decreasing. That's all I have.
Any questions for Diane? We'll move on to clerk treasurer.
Just wanted to report that I did take training on the new election equipment last week, and that the entire county will be holding a mock election on the 24th in order to have everybody actively run some test ballots through. and to go ahead and test, it's mainly to test the modem capabilities, to make sure that everybody's election polling places are capable of having the modem work at the end of each election.
Any questions for Lynn? Hearing none, we'll move on to public, Director of Public Works.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a update of the status of the screw press. We've been using it for a couple months now, and so far it's met all the parameters that we had spec'd for it. The total cost for installation, including the construction of the little addition on the building down there that the guys did, it came to $252,000. I think way back when I told you I needed an extra 20 or 25 on top of that to accommodate the building and all the stuff inside it. So yeah, we came in, I would say we came in under budget and probably a couple $100,000 less than if we would have just went with an engineering firm to design it. So I want to say kudos to my guys for building the addition and doing most of the grunt work, getting that stuff installed. So they saved us a lot of money, especially Jesse and Chris. And there's a brief little update on the bottom of that about our status of the equipment replacement fund. When you authorized me to purchase the equipment, we were setting on $254,000. The 2017 expenses were $97,000. We put $31,271 back in, which is our annual equipment replacement fund contribution. So the balance as of the beginning of the year was $187,000. And I don't anticipate spending any out of it this year, so hopefully by 1/1/19, we'll be back up to $219,000 in that fund. Yeah, all in all, it's running pretty well. It's actually, it'll put out a lot more than what we thought as far as cake. We can go up to 3-4 yard dumpsters a week, which is way more than what we wanted, but that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But the cold temperatures, the filtrate's a little dirty. What I mean by the filtrate, that's the water that's squeezed out of it. You try to be 96 to 98% clean filtrate. We're probably running in the low 90s because of everything's so cold, the sludge coming in so cold, and it has an adverse effect on the polymer, but it's still running pretty darn well. But we're going to continue tweaking it. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Since we're talking about these wastewater treatment plant, I can mention this, is that we need to send a bill, an invoice to Clayton for $25,000 for March 1.
For March 1?
Payable for March 1.
All right.
Have it called?
That's it.
Has Clayton paid anything yet?
No, they're not using it at this
Oh,
point,
okay.
but the agreement was a $25,000 capital investment by March 1 regardless. Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions? Brian's not here. Did he leave anything for?
No, he told me that there wasn't really anything that he needed to bring forward, so.
Bob? No. Building permit report is in your packet. See, we have 3 new homes on there. Any questions or comments on that?
Better going up. Increasing.
Oh, yeah.
We'll move on to presentation of accounts and other claims against the village.
The voucher list consists of deposits of payroll contributions and vouchers number 24402 through 24470 in the amount of $1,258,989.68. Once a year, I just love saying that amount, up like that. Direct deposit payroll in the amount of $30,931.40. And water and sewer utility vouchers number 10241 through 10242 in the amount of $970.92.
Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Aye.
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 Approved. Communications and miscellaneous business, Black Otter Lake District news.
We met last night, we talked about, we discussed the RFP for the dash and moving forward. We'll send a note, letter for bids to do that as well. And I don't know what else we're gonna add to that.
Matt Hart was there to discuss the plan that he's getting together from the survey he did last year, and he'll be presenting that at the February meeting. Where they do the dash this coming year will be worked off of that plan.
Did you get a chance to publish the RFP? Yeah.
It is out on the village website.
Our next meeting is February 19th?
21st,
21st.
third Wednesday. Any other questions or comments?
The only comment I have is, I think, not on this matter, but whoever's on the Public Safety Committee, and I don't have that in front of me, but I want to notify them that we should have a meeting soon to address the chicken issue before I take a leave of absence. So I'll include you in an email, Lynn, and we'll put an agenda together.
Okay, and public safety is Peter, Jeannie, Jack, Kelly, and Al.
Right, that's what I thought. So I'll let you guys know by email. It'll probably be, well, next week I have 2 treatments, which I'll be down there 2 days in Milwaukee overnight, so it'll probably be the week after. So I'll let you know the dates, okay? Thanks.
Comments and suggestions from citizens present? I don't think we have any. And we need a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session under State Statute 19.851E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business.
Second it.
Roll call.
Aye.
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 Aye.